I'm happy that the medications are doing what they're supposed to be doing. But there's a small part of me that feels bad that in order to function like a normal person, I have to take medications.
There was a time my house was neat and so was I. I was thinner back then. I would go out with my friends, but somehow that's gone bye-bye. Now I look around, there are piles strewn about. Is this dirty or clean? I'm finding out what it means. This is not just a house, it's a depression nest. I don't know how I got here. Depression nest, I don't know where to start. Depression nest caving in on me. My life is simply falling apart. Depression nest.
What's up, y'all? It's your girl, Tracy May. Welcome back to Depression Nest, the show where I'm trying to declutter my home and my mind one room at a time. Today, I thought I would just do a talking, vloggy video because y'all got to give me time to actually finish up some DIY stuff. So, I've been doing okay. And I wanted to talk to y'all about my mental health lately. I think it's kind of important to share sort of the things that help you feel better so that other people, know that there is a way out of the hole. I just wanted to talk to y'all about that today, and today drained me, honey. Okay, so let's get into it. Number one. Happy Mother's Day, belated, to all of the mommies that subscribe to me and don't subscribe. If you don't subscribe, go ahead and hit that subscribe button right now because we be having fun over here, even though we be sad sometimes. My psychiatrist, I really think that she is doing her big one. I think that she has found the cocktail. Today drained me, honey. Before I was just taking bupropion, and that was it. Right? And I was cool. Like I wasn't crying every day, all day, and the bed can't move. But I also wasn't happy. Like I wasn't smiling. When I started, I'm sorry, y'all, I keep yawning, so I'm not crying. I'm yawning, so my eyes keep watering. When I first started going to her, she did an ADHD assessment. After, assessing that I had some moderate ADHD, she put me on, first she put me on Adderall, and I couldn't sleep. Like I think I was getting stuff done. I can't remember. It's been a while since I took that, but I think I was energized and getting things done, but I could not sleep. Like I was going to sleep at 11, 1, 2, 3, 4, the next day. And she was like, okay, no, can't do that. So I guess I'm really sensitive to these medications, and also my body metabolizes them slower. So I would take a pill and 2 days later, I'm still feeling that same effect from the pill. She had to start, prescribing me things, and then she would ask me how I felt on them, what was going on. And then she would talk about other stuff just to see if there was something that she was missing. And this one particular session that we had, I was telling her that my regular therapist told me that I need to start tracking how I feel around my period, because I told her that whenever my period comes on, my whole, everything changes. I just be in the bed. I be so super fatigued. I am just slower moving. I just don't have the energy, regardless of whatever, medication I'm on. And when I told my psychiatrist that, she was like, oh, wait, it's giving PMDD. And I was like, is it? I mean, I've heard about PMDD, but I thought it was like some raging, like you turn into a biatch. You know what I'm saying? Like during your, I don't do that. I just be in the bed. You know what I'm saying? And she was like, "No, girl. If it affects you, if your period changes anything at all, like no." And I was like, "Huh?" First of all, my period be hurting, be having me taking Tylenol, Midol, all the dolls. Okay, so she was like, "I am going to add fluoxetine, which is Prozac." Hold on, I didn't tell y'all what I started taking after she realized like that my body metabolizes things slowly. She put me on Ritalin for the ADHD after the Adderall. Because she was like, "I just want you to be able to sleep." And at first she started me at 10 milligrams, and then she went down to 5 because I still couldn't sleep on 10 milligrams. I think I'm just very sensitive to like stimulants or whatever. So when she found out about the PMDD, she was like, "Oh no, girl, I know exactly what you need." Here she go with her prescription pad. Fluoxetine, which is Prozac, 20 megs. Okay. And ever since she added that fluoxetine, I don't know what the combination, I really think it's the combination of the bupropion, the methylphenidine or whatever Ritalin generic is, and fluoxetine, that, and iron. She wrote me a lab request for me to go get my blood drawn. My psychiatrist is like, "We gonna figure this out." You know what I'm saying? That's why you gotta get you a black female psychiatrist. Like, I was telling her, like, when I first started talking to her, I definitely cried in our first meeting because I was just crying every day anyway. So I was telling her that, like, I just wanted to feel like a little bit of joy again. I was like, I don't have to be like 100% like back to normal, but like I would like to enjoy things sometimes. You know, I had just lost all joy for everything. I was like, don't want to do it, don't want to do anything. I was just in the bed, you know, watching TV or doom scrolling on my phone and, you know, trying to avoid thinking because my thoughts were like an internal hell. Okay. When my labs came back, of course I was anemic. We all knew that when my hair was falling out that time. But I was taking iron before. I was taking these over-the-counter pills called Fiosol. And when she saw my labs came back, because they came back to her because she ordered them, she messaged me and she was like, "Yeah, you need iron." And I was like, "Do I need like a prescription iron?" Or like, she was like, "No, let's try this mega blood builder first." And it's just this regular over-the-counter, like I got it from Amazon brand called Mega Blood Builder. And I take the little capsules, and yeah, my nails are hard and growing. Like my hair is not falling out in clumps like it was before. It's just regular shedding. You know what I'm saying? I think. And also I take vitamin D once a week, and it's like 50,000 IUs or something like that. I take it once a week. So that is kind of like my regimen right now. Bupropion, 300 megs. Fluoxetine, 20 megs. Methylphenidine, I think, whatever Ritalin is, 5 megs. Mega Blood Builder. Vitamin D. Magnesium. I forgot to say magnesium glycinate. At first I was taking my magnesium citrate because I didn't really like know that there was like a difference or whatever. And then I realized that the magnesium citrate is the one that be in that little clear bottle that you chug to if you got to go number 2 real, like you stuck, you can't go number 2, or you trying to lose a couple pounds real quick. But I was taking the gummies, but it wasn't making my stomach hurt or anything. So I guess I didn't even like recognize. And I randomly asked her, like, does it matter what kind of magnesium I take? And she was like, yeah, take glycinate. And I was like, oh, let me be pacific about it, okay? So the magnesium helps like calm down sort of like that jittery feeling from the Prozac, I believe, or from the Ritalin. I don't know which one be having me. I don't know which one. But when I first started the Prozac, I messaged her and I was like, just wanted to know if this is normal. I'm not jittery, but like my insides are jittery. Does that make sense? So it felt like I had energy that was like bursting, like inside. I couldn't get it out, but I wasn't like, I would hold my hand out and it wasn't like, you know how sometimes you take those energy drinks or whatever and you just be, it wasn't giving that, but it was giving very much, you know, on the inside, not on the outside. It was like my body was jittery, but it wasn't showing up outside. So it was very weird. That's when she told me to start taking the magnesium. And she said that my body would adjust to the Prozac after about, you know, a month to 6 weeks or whatever, which it has. Here's something that has been happening, guys. Only one of y'all have noticed so far. One of y'all commented on, well, I don't know if more people have noticed and just haven't commented, but something in this combination is making me accidentally lose weight. Now, listen. I have never, ever in my fat ass life lost weight on accident. I used to joke with people like the doctors and stuff like that in hospitals whenever they would say, oh, we're going to prescribe you XYZ. Like it could be for, you know, some kind of knee pain or like plantar fasciitis. So you need to take da-da-da. I would be like, does it cause weight loss? They would be like, no. 9 times out of 10, they'd be like, actually, it could cause some weight gain. Because I'm never lucky like that. You know what I'm saying? Honestly, can't tell you if I have been losing weight and maybe I just didn't notice. Because I have one of those bodies where weight doesn't really show up on me until I lose a good amount of weight. Like I could wear the same size pants for like 50 pounds. You know what I'm saying? They gonna be tight on one end and kind of loose on the other end, but I'm still wearing that same size pants. You know what I'm saying? For like 50 pounds. So what happened was, y'all know I've been around here in sweatpants and stuff like that. But what happened was I was doing crisscross applesauce, sitting crisscross applesauce. And I noticed that it just felt easier. And I didn't know if that was because maybe I have been on the ground more, you know, doing all of this DIY stuff. And that was the first thing that I noticed, that crisscross applesauce was easier. Second thing that I noticed was I ran out of like clean pants, like sweatpants or like leggings. I couldn't find anything that was like clean. And so I found this drawer of some of my mama's scrubs. For those of y'all who don't know, my mama was an OR nurse and she literally had a scrub closet in our house. And so when she passed away, you know, when my family came to the house, everybody took a big stack of scrubs. Everybody had like scrubs. And so I have a ton of scrubs. I probably should donate a few, okay? But I have a ton of scrubs, but here's the thing. My mama's weight used to fluctuate a lot. So she has every size from large to 3X, right? I usually can only fit the 3X, and sometimes I could fit the 2X. Tell me why this drawer full of scrubs was only extra larges. And that's probably why it was in there folded neatly in a stack, because I can't fit those. You know what I'm saying? It was just like, oh yeah, here's all the scrubs you can't fit. Boom. So I was like, okay, I was so desperate to just throw on some pants real quick. I don't know if I was about to go outside or something. I don't know what I was doing, but I was like, maybe I'll just cut a slit in the top. Like I was getting ready to cut the scrub, the extra large, because I know I can't fit that extra large. And when I slid them pants up and I said, hold on. They was big. They were baggy. I had room. Now listen. Listen, Linda. Listen. Okay, what? This has never, in all of obesity, happened to me. Have you ever like not seen somebody for a minute, and then when you see them again, they have lost some weight, right? And so you be like, oh my gosh, girl, like, what are you doing? Like, tell me the secret. Like, get me in on it. Like, let's be skinny together. You know what I'm saying? And then they be like, oh girl, stress. Because if you didn't want to tell me, you should have just said that. Because I'm not, okay. Because I be mad. So I understand if y'all see me and be like, oh, Tracy, you losing weight. What are you doing? I'm not doing anything. I literally had McDonald's today. The other day, I went to McDonald's, Burger King, and Taco Bell in the same trip because I wanted one thing from each spot. Like, still very much a fat girl. I just don't know what this combination is doing to maybe it's increasing my metabolism. I have no idea, but I accept it wholeheartedly. Okay. I'm in my mama's extra large scrubs. I might be outside this summer. I'm lying. I ain't going nowhere. I ain't going nowhere. Y'all already know. I am not gonna do nothing. But yeah, so I like back when I had my breast reduction, I was like 245 or 247 or something like that. Now, I did weigh myself after my surgery to see how much boob weight came off, and I was 238. So that was like 7 pounds of titties. I was pleased with that. I was like, oh, I'm in the 230s. Like, hello, she fine, whatever. Y'all, tell me I stepped on that scale. Tell me what that thing said. 216. Now, if you ain't been following me for a long time, you might not know all of my mottos, but I have a whole bunch of different mottos. And one of my mottos is I'm fine as hell under 212. Okay? Under 212. Oh, baby, I'm turning heads. Okay? People. Yeah. So the scale was like, when I got to the app, the scale was like, is this a new person? Are you sure? Because you could put up to 5 people on this scale, right? And so the scale is like, do you want to add this new person? Or should this be attributed to, they were like, this weight looks a lot different from your last weight, right? And I mean, even the scale couldn't believe it. Anyway, that was a long trip for me to tell y'all I lost weight on accident. So if you see me out here in these streets, I already got little titties now. Don't let my waist catch up. Please don't. Please don't. Yeah, listen. Any updates for the room? The room is coming along. The paint, if you follow my Instagram, you saw that sneak peek of the paint that I posted in my Instagram stories on the Depression Nest on Instagram. It's looking real sexy in there. Now I'm working on the trim. I don't know if y'all can see back there, but I got trim everywhere and I got my little saw set up, and I'm just into everything. just doing a lot, okay, over here. That's why I had to do a talking video this time. But anyway, y'all, that's all. That was just me talking. So next week we'll get back to the DIY. I know you guys are excited for like things are starting to happen now, and I'm getting excited too. Like it's really crazy, and I just wanted to come on and give y'all sort of an update on my mental health lately and how I've been feeling. I'm happy that the medications are doing what they're supposed to be doing, but there's a small part of me that feels bad that in order to function like a normal person, I have to take medications. And I hate that, but also I'm gonna do what needs to be done, otherwise if y'all see me standing on a ledge, y'all gonna push me or you gonna talk me down. You know what I'm saying? Like, you gonna give me what I need to come down, or you want me to go the other way? You know what I'm saying? So in order to stay here, I took the drugs, and the drugs are working. Okay. I will see you guys next time. As always, if you have depression, you are not alone. I am here with you. Or ADHD. For surely here with you. Or PMDD, apparently. Stay tuned, because next week we are back in the bedroom and I'll show you my painting. And I don't know if I'm going to get to the trim, finish up the trim and edit it before next week's, clump of videos, but we'll see how that goes. Y'all just got to stay tuned and see. But in order to stay tuned, you have to what? Stay here, correct. And I also have to stay here. We have to stay here together. Okay? Love y'all down. Thank y'all for just listening to me chit chat about random stuff. I'm sorry that I lost weight accidentally. I done turned into them bitches that I hate. Damn. I am so sorry. All right, y'all. I'll see y'all next time. Heart you down. Bye. Y'all, this was last year sometime. My auntie, she runs like a institute of, I don't even know, it's in LA. She runs this like institute where she gets like guest speakers to come on and teach random subjects or whatever. So she asked me if I would do a video lesson for her students class. I don't know what she called. And so I did this 2-part series, and my auntie just reached out and she was like, I just sent you a gift because my class really enjoyed your 2-part series. Like, she's just now showing it to them. And that made me go back and watch it, because I have it on YouTube, but it's on private, and she's the only one that has the link. And I watched it and I was like, this is really good. Like, if I wasn't me, I would watch me. I would be like, oh, Tracy May is on. Hold on. Let me see if Tracy May upload anything today. Like, I would be watching me down. I would be watching me down. I'm a bad bitch, yeah. I'm that nigga. I don't think you heard me. Yeah. Okay.